Happy Friday, everyone. It's been almost a week since we learned of the tragic shooting at a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. And today, June 17th, it's been exactly 1 year since the shooting at the Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston, South Carolina, where 9 people were murdered at Bible study. We could continue to rehearse the tragedies that have touched our world in recent years. So many examples of how divisions that we have created between ourselves as sisters and brothers have resulted in violence, death, devastation, despair. But we as Christians believe that despair is not the end of the story, even in times like these. I showed you not too long ago a clip from Stephen Colbert about caring for the poor, and earlier this week on his late night talk show, he did a clip before his show started, and he reminded us that even as we rehearse the same responses that we have learned after having so much practice with tragedies like these, we are still called not to despair. Because despair, he says, is a victory for hate. But when we love, when we figure out how to show and be love, especially in times like these, when we find hope and goodness and peace and commit ourselves to working for justice, sisters and brothers, that is when we know what it means to be the church. These are trying times indeed. And these are times when we are tempted to turn on one another, to point fingers, to assign blame, or to offer excuses and escape blame ourselves. But this is no time for blame or excuses. This is a time for us to put aside our differences and to embrace one another and to respond to the call that God has for each one of us to be the church in any way we can. So I hope you'll join us on Sunday. Our theme this week is Reject Racism. It's a big topic, and I won't pretend that we can do any more than scratch the surface. But come and join us, because part of how we can be the church is to gather together, pray together, and worship together, so that we might be empowered as people of God to do God's work in this world. See you Sunday.